So right now we're at BBC Radio London. We've got an interview with Eddie Nesta, so we're going to catch a vibe and obviously just explain what we do.
What's the guy that just made me go mad? When they were like telling him to become the big guy and he was taking off clothes.
Ragga.
I was like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness, where have you been hiding?
Brixton legend, man. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Light work.
You say that now. Come in and see what
See where the magic happens, yeah?
Hello, how are you? This is BBC Radio London. My name is Eddie, and I think the neighbourhood is just about to go. So let me just tell you, it's the kind of thing that I probably would have wanted on the show, but it wasn't my decision. And I've come in and I've seen it today, and I've gone, no, they're not having this on the show. Oh yes, we are. And I want to do it, you know. I'm Eddie Nesta, I'm the BBC. I'm Eddie Nesta, I'm an MBE. I want to do some rapping and, you know, I'm the sharpshooting, hard-filling, parry-killing, devastating, elevated. I want to do all of that. And why am I doing that? Not just because I'm crazy, but you might have seen a TikTok streamer, Ashley Gordon, a.k.a. DJ AG, online. Pop up on your social media channels. Too many times I'm there and I'm watching, and I am laughing. It is total nonsense. Absolute, pure nonsense, and fantastic when you juxtapose it to some of the horrible news stories that I find myself looking at. If he's not DJing at home, he's walking the streets of London with his decks, his trolley, a basket he looks like he's stolen from Sainsbury's or somewhere, and getting people in the street to sing, to dance, and to talk foolishness. I don't know if you've seen it, but it is funny. Ashley once worked as a sales manager for a FTSE 250 company. This is what he says, but I don't believe him. He now says he makes more money live streaming to his thousands of fans on TikTok. I think that Lauren, who used to produce the show, took my phone and put TikTok on it. And now I see we've got two people who work here who just big stars on TikTok, actually. When I see those two, and Naya on there and Betty, I feel like a voyeur. So I'm happy when this fella comes up. He enjoys interacting with the public during the street sets and is on a mission to spread positivity. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm laughing because I've seen it, and if I know lots of the people who listen to this are not you and me's age. They're not our age.
Yes.
They're a lot older.
Yeah.
You and me. I'm 30 in June. How old are you?
I'm 39. You're how old, sorry?
30 in June. You got a problem with it?
You know what? You're looking good. You're looking good for 30.
We've got some kind of interference, haven't we? I can hear something on the line. Hold on, just to make sure. Yeah, can you hear? Right. Okay, right. Let's push on through. Robbie G. Now, Robbie G.
Big him up.
Sent me. You know who he is?
Yes.
Oh, you know who he is.
You know what? It's really interesting because I'm from Tottenham, but I've got a lot of family in South London.
My deepest commiseration.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And my aunt, big up my aunt, man, Auntie Sonia. She used to run a play scheme in Lewisham. And I met Robbie G. Used to always pop in. And
Lewisham Way.
Yeah, Lewisham Way. And yeah, what a nice man and very inspirational.
It's really interesting because I know Robbie and I know that nothing good's going to come of Robbie. But when I first met him, and in the height of his fame, this was when he was doing the Royal McCoy, when he was doing Desmond's, when he was doing the movies, he used to disappear. I'm like, where do you go to? And he said, I go to this play scheme and I do this thing, and I had a van and we drive people around. And you're one of the products of that, are you?
Yeah. What an amazing man, and yeah, just look.
So it just shows what a waste of time it was helping young.
You know what? That was one of the best times of my life, and you know what I like about Robbie G is he was so accessible. You know, someone that was a celebrity, you know, really accessible, and that's something that we don't really see much of these days.
I think that, you know, there's no point in having and you're going to find this out. There's no point for me in having a position if you're not going to use that position to do something.
Agreed.
That's where I am, but
Agreed.
I'm old, right? And that's where I've got to. So just tell me, because I live in a house that, you know, for me, COVID was terrible because stuff happened, but for my wife, it was the making of her. She's now left her job and she's living her dream. Was it COVID that changed things for you?
If I'm honest, I wouldn't say it was COVID. So what happened essentially is I was working at a company since 2011, And I kind of started from the bottom, so working in the call center, going to sales, sidestepping, and then eventually I worked my way up to sales manager. And what happened is my director announced he was leaving. So I had hoped I would have been given an opportunity to step into the role and kind of grow. And that didn't happen. So they hired someone externally, and that really caused me to be very disengaged and demotivated. So my kid says, oh, you're a DJ, why don't you go onto TikTok? I'm like, nah, that's for kids. There's gonna be like 13, 14-year-olds on there. I'm not gonna be doing all of that. And after a bit of thinking time and a bit of reflection, I was like, actually, let me just try. I got nothing to lose. So I basically did TikTok and my job side by side for a few months just to prove the concept. And then once I understood that I could monetize, I was like, yes, this is a good step. But
so what is the concept?
What is the concept?
Yeah, what is the concept?
Well, look,
I can tell you what I see, but what is the concept?
I want to know what you see, but I'll tell you the concept. The concept initially wasn't about going outside. It didn't start there. The first part was all about just DJing, catching a vibe, and just interacting with people inside. So that was year one. It was only until year two I got a bit bored inside, and I was like, oh, actually, let me get out and just try something. And kudos, I like to give credit where credit's due. So I saw someone called Suat. He was on YouTube, and he had the decks on his back and the speakers around him, and he's walking around, but he's playing house tunes. So I'm like, you know what? I can do that. I'm only 5'7", and I'm not as strong, but I'm going to give it a go. I just went out into Wood Green, which is in North London, and we made like a replica, and we started streaming, and people really enjoyed it. So it's more selfish because I was just bored. It was only when I started doing stationary sets, so just literally to have a trolley and have the deck and just be stationary, that's when I understood that outside it's a dark place. There's a lot of people that are demotivated. Kids are disengaged with schools, and I thought, with music and a bit of interaction, I thought I could make a difference, and here we are now.
Well, it came to my attention in Brixton, which is a particular type of place.
Yes.
Right? There's nowhere quite like Brixton, and the more it becomes gentrified, is the more you see, Brixton in its glory, or not, as the case may be.
Yes.
And apart from watching it and wondering how you've never had your phone stolen. Have you had your phone stolen?
Never. I've never had...
Touch wood. Don't come on here and bring any jinx on yourself.
I've never had any major bit of equipment stolen. But what I think...
Apologies. No major bit
of equipment stolen. But what I would say is that for the most part, people understand what I'm trying to deliver. And it comes from the heart, So I'm not going out there with the big old Rolex, the big old chain, saying, ha ha ha, I'm AG. It's very much humble, interacting with everyone.
I'll tell you what I see. And obviously this is the first time we're meeting, but I'll tell you what I see. I see community.
Yes.
And I see people who are going about their business and who are drawn towards something that's happening.
Yeah.
And then they go, actually, can I have a go? And then you see people cheering on other people. And when they walk away from you, my sense is, I don't know, but my sense is, oh gosh, today down the road, I was down there, and did you see that?
Yes.
And then people say, I saw you on that, and it becomes a little bit of a phenomenon of itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, community is at the heart of everything. It didn't initially start that way. Like I said, it was more out of boredom, but kind of as I've gone along the journey, community is definitely at the centerpiece of everything that I do. And it's great to interact with Granny from Brixton. She's dancing to the old school reggae tune. She's having a great time. All the way through to, the little kids that come and they might want to rap or just have a chat. I give them hats, pencil cases, but it's more about the encouragement.
Right, let's do the serious side of it, then we'll come back to it, because I have to do the serious side of it. When did you realise that you could monetize it?
Probably within the first month of being on TikTok, I understood I could monetize. I just didn't know how much that would be, and that wasn't initially my focus. My focus was, look, can I just survive? Can I just afford to pay my bills and have fun? Being in my 30s, being stuck somewhere that they probably don't really want me to be there, probably trying to move me on with the new director coming in, the new direction. My thing was just more about, look, I've worked hard since 16. So my 16th birthday, I started in McDonald's. I remember I was in the I remember like it was yesterday, in the lobby in Enfield, cleaning up, and you know, kind of going through that process of just working all my life, I just thought it was time to just take a risk. And this is the first time I've taken a risk and it's paid off.
Most of us don't take risks when they've got children.
Yeah.
I mean, I see people make decisions now, and I think I'd love to do that, but when you've got children, it's quite hard. Did it make a difference because they were the ones that were encouraging you to do it?
Yeah, but look, I just thought, you know what, I've got a mortgage, and what's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. I've got enough sales experience to go back into sales, and if it really is tough, you know, sell the property and just downsize. But I just feel like in life, we don't take enough risks. We try and take the safe bet,
Well, I think
and
so.
we only live once. So my thought process and my encouragement to people now is, when I left my job and I went TikTok full time, I was scared. I didn't sleep for like 3 months. I didn't sleep. I was just like, how?
Because it is a ridiculously irresponsible thing to do.
It's slightly irresponsible, but you got to take a risk. You got to take a risk.
The fear of failure stops most of us from trying.
Yes.
You know, that's the truth of it. That the wages that you get, it's kind of like you're locked in to being somebody else's slave, and very few of us do what you do. And I am happy to have you on, that you're reaping the benefits. Who's the big guy that I saw in Brixton? Because does he live in the real world? Where is it?
He lives in the real world.
What's his name, first of all?
So Ragarugi is who you're referring to. He is a Brixton legend.
Well, hold on, let's do the name first. Don't jump into it. Remember, this is a show for everybody.
Yes.
This isn't a show just for the people down at Brixton Market,
True,
okay?
true.
This is the BBC. You're not on a community station now.
Very
okay?
true, very
Check
true.
yourself.
I'm checking.
Ragarugi.
Yes.
Who is he?
So he is. Look, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I'm from Tottenham, so I'm not from South, and I don't know a lot of the people, even including.
They know you,
but they know. Well, they know me. So look, Ragarugi is a chance meeting. He's very. He's just full of life, you know. He's full of life, very passionate about what he does. He's all about the stage show. Think of Sting in Jamaica, where they come out in their costumes and, you know, it's all singing, dancing.
Bad man.
Yeah, and he has he has a great presence. But, you know, all beneath that, he is a very nice guy, very humble, and great. Yeah. And no, I know that.
Okay.
And it's important. Yeah, and he's very grateful. He's very grateful for the opportunities that he's now getting as a result of being on the platform, and that's a brilliant thing.
What kind of numbers are we getting up to then?
What do you want to talk about? Numbers in terms of viewers, in terms of...
No, I don't want to know about your money. Listen.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Twitching.
Yeah, what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Take it down.
Let me take a sip.
He got all nervous. I asked him about his
I'm
money.
thinking,
that
no.
means he's making nothing.
No, but I don't mind talking about. I don't
want
that.
to
But
know
yeah, go
about
on.
that.
Yeah, go on.
Right? Wait till your trainers start.
Yeah.
Your children start asking you for the trainers.
I said no.
Wait. What's the end game? What do you want to do? Because sometimes I look at you, and it feels to me like you're taking it in. I'm so glad this happened. I can't quite believe it's happening like this. I didn't know this person was coming. You have a face that tells me a lot of things.
Yes, and I can't, as a Cancerian, I can't hide that. But I suppose, look, what is the end goal? For me, it's about, like I said, it's community. I think there's a lot of things that we can change, and I would like to bring more creatives together to just make change. There's a lot of youth clubs that are not available, so that means that our kids are, you know, free to roam the streets and they've got nothing to do. I think we can change that. I think we can also, you know, support many initiatives. There's a lot of artists, you know, look at the bars, the clubs, there's no more open mics, or they're far reduced. You have to pay on platforms.
So, just to be clear, open mics spots are where quite a number of people cut their teeth. They go on and you're allowed to do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then if they like you, then they might get you back and pay you a little change.
Yeah, and that doesn't really exist anymore.
No.
So it's how can we kind of change that? A lot of the artists now need to pay to go on platforms. You know, you need big marketing budgets to try and get there, or you're at the mercy of maybe TikTok, where maybe you go viral and then maybe you can make something of that. So my thing is, how can we help our people to grow and develop? And I think what I'm trying to do has a lot of legs. I'm gonna need some support. Right now, I'm at the mercy of the great people at TikTok who donate, and that's how I'm able to survive. I survive purely on TikTok donations, and I'd like to kind of eventually move away from.
Just carry on, they'll come to you.
Yeah, yeah.
If you look at people like Munya, who have online platforms, Axel does incredible. Axel, the winner of Britain's Got Talent.
Yes.
He does very, very well with his skits on there.
Yeah.
You'll be. They'll come to you. They'll
Yes.
come to you. But it's, the reason I asked you about the plan is, as I say, it's a sense of community. It brings the people together and it makes people feel better. And I'm all about that.
Yeah, I think certainly improving mental health and well-being, I think is definitely important, and it just needs the support of, you know, not only the community but also, you know, the councils and the powers that be to help me make this work. And it isn't just.
Yeah, but what's in it for them?
No, and I understand that, but I think what's in it for them. Look, I get it from a council's perspective. They could see it as a nuisance. They could see it as I'm not directly paying them to make this happen. But what they've got to look at is, one, I'm helping with mental health. That's big facts. That is happening. And two, is well-being important to all these councils? Is well-being important? And I feel like we have to look at those parts. So you could see Ragarugi, you know, creating a song and a dance, but do you know how many people are watching him? You know, you got Ding Dong from Jamaica, who's a big prominent reggae artist that's doing skits based on Ragarugi. That's what's happening right now. You got Daddy Freddy who's another Brixton legend in the Guinness Book of Records. You know, he's resurfaced.
For what?
For his rapping.
What does he
For
do?
rapping. I can't do it. I'd have to get him here to do it. But listen,
Just do an impersonation. What does he do?
It's just fast, yeah. It's fast, all right. It's fast. So one of the fastest rappers.
I'm gonna play that back to you.
Yeah, but for him to kind of, you know, and for the crowd in Brixton, you know. Now look, being able to lift Brixton as a community, everyone's together, no fighting, no arguing. When has anyone ever seen that in Brixton?
I think it's a weird thing that where you put something nice in a community, people get drawn to it. They understand it, makes them feel better, and wherever it just where are you next?
So in fact today the show goes on, so obviously look, it's great to be what I do want to say first of all is thank you to BBC for having me and giving me the spotlight, because getting these cosigns and getting the chance to speak about the journey in depth does really help. So that's what I want to say. So thank you for having me first of all. So today I'm going to be in King's Cross. So today, tomorrow King's Cross, Friday King's Cross, Saturday back in Brixton. And
so it isn't just Brixton. King's Cross is a very different community.
Yeah, it's very, very diverse. It's diverse in both places, but yeah, it's definitely totally different. But you know, King's Cross is definitely a great place as well. And you know, I travel everywhere, but those are the main spots at the moment. So
you're with the shopping trolley on the tube. How do you move the stuff around?
On the tube.
How do you get from X to Y?
Drive.
You don't?
I drive, yeah.
You drive everywhere?
I drive, put it in the boot. But I've got an electric car. Don't try and get me on that. Yeah, electric car. Yeah. But yeah.
God will do that.
Yes, but I have to drive. Obviously, it's a lot of equipment. It's expensive. So yeah, we kind of drive from pillar to post to make it happen.
And this guy who's filming us now.
Yes.
That's your bodyguard, your filmer.
My bodyguard, security. You know, not that we need security.
You put the hat on the floor and collect the coins on the floor. That's him, isn't it? Yeah, he's dodgy. He's probably from Brixton.
Yeah.
How can people find you?
So socials, just type in DJ AG online. I'm on Instagram, TikTok predominantly, then YouTube as well. So those are my main platforms.
Can you? I left this bit till last. People come out, they perform. Sometimes it's better than others.
Yeah.
What you got?
Performance-wise?
What you got?
Our DJ, is that not good enough?
No, I know what you're doing. Right, you ready? I'm going to give you an intro and then you're going to give me something.
Yeah, go on.
Right? I know I can see you filming it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, he travels all around the country. He doesn't use a shopping trolley, as I said before. He gets in the car, but it is electric. Formerly of a FTSE 250 company, he's now making his living, living his dream. Live streaming to thousands of fans on TikTok. He'll be in King's Cross today, tomorrow, and then he'll head back to the place that is Brixton. But while he's here on the mid-morning show for BBC Radio London, Ashley, give us some.
Here we go. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and pow. Well done, guys. That was a great show. Thanks very much. Wrapping it up. Catch me on the streets.
You're a failure. Bye-bye. You're a failure. Disappointed.
Big up, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Big love, man. Cheese. Big up, Leisha. Hey, how are you?
I saw that you were on live, so I came downstairs.
Yeah,
I love watching your TikTok.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, are you going to be back here?
Nah, this is a one and done. It's a one and
My
done.
friend is upstairs.
Oh, is it?
We were looking from the room.
I'll be like, hi.
Somewhere.
Be like, hi, you alright?
Unless you arrange it.
Unless I arrange it.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see.
Let's see what happens.
Honestly, I'm just seeing your progression and everything has been amazing.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Let's get it,
And I
man.
will be watching you on TikTok.
Jeez, tonight, let's go. Big up.